Well, welcome back to American Truck Simulator with another myself, TXStar. I have a load for us to go pick up. Oops. I may need to do something. I may need to repair my truck. Got a little bit of a fender bender. So my truck's got a little bit of damage to it. Let's repair it before we take off since we're here. Okay. See, here it is. Like I said, I have a load, but it's not showing on the map. So I can come back up here to World Truck Job Simulated. Let it resynchronize. Resume. And there it is. It's back. So that's how to recover from it if you also when you're looking for your job but you can't find a job or it says you have one. Go look in the main menu, see if it has that resume job ability. That's also where you can abandon it if you don't want to do that job. Doom, 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 doom. Gotta find where the entrance was put. I don't know if it's back that way or this way. I'll try this way. This one's gonna be kind of fun to get it out of. Okay, now I want to swing this way. Try to do this proper, don't jump the curb right there. Okay, before we get going, we are going to Phoenix with the load. So they have me coming out like this. This is one section of the road I hadn't discovered yet, so that's going to discover that for us. Okay, we've discovered that side, but we hadn't discovered that side, but that's not going to that. That's going to Sholo, I think. Yeah, that goes to Sholo. Okay, but here we got some that we haven't discovered. So if we go on this route, brings us this way and up into Phoenix that way to discover some new roads. So we'll get some discovery done this time. Cool. Okay, this is going to be my exit. Really? Again? Come on, semi, come on past. Someone needs your lane to get out. Now let's hard over. Okay. Did we do any damage to the trailer? Okay, no damage to trailer or truck. I wonder what I was getting stuck on. Okay. Now let's see if we can get to Phoenix. Okay. Definitely on the freeway. We're up to 55 mile an hour. It says we can go 75, but I don't think this truck will do it with this trailer load. Need to get a bigger engine first. We should be able to make 65 though. There, 65. See if downhill slope will get me 66. No, it won't. I'll just lock the cruise there. That I don't got to keep holding. We'll head on up to Phoenix. Let's see how far this is. We got 150 miles to go and roughly just under 4 hours game time to get there. So it shouldn't be too terribly bad. Hope everyone's doing okay. Hope you're having a nice day. Got some great news. I recently just got a new job offer. So I am in the process of transitioning from one job to the other job because I went to try to give my former employee a 2 weeks notice. I was given a bunch of, reasons of legality and logistics and some other stuff that I didn't care about fighting, but so they said they didn't want me to work the 2 weeks because I tried to do it, professionally and give a 2 weeks notice, offer to work those 2 weeks too. That way it's not just a, quit and abandonment. And my boss told me he no longer needs my services for legal reasons. He wanted me to turn my stuff in there and have a nice day. So that's what I did. Plus when you're leaving a job, do you really truthfully want to work 2 weeks? So So I didn't argue. I didn't fight. I didn't put it up. You know, if I really didn't have a job or I financially would have been hurting, I may have thrown more of a fit. But I did have other coworkers. I found out at the same time there was 3 others quitting too. And the one guy that was actually there and told me about the other 2, he was quitting, and he literally was quitting that day because he had a job to work for somebody else. Oh no, I'm on the wrong road. I'm on the wrong road. I'm on the wrong road. He was literally quitting that day because he had to start his new job on Monday. He wasn't given a 2-week notice or nothing. He just, I'm gone. I quit. This is going to be hard to do. Yeah, I know I'm backing up. I don't know if I can go down this or not. But I did. Oops, I didn't do that, guys. Talking to y'all and didn't pay attention to where I was going again. But yeah, you know, that was what I was told, and that's what he was doing. He got a job offer, and they wanted him to start Monday. I don't know, you know, did he sit on the information for a few days, a week, or whatever? But he just walked in and said, you know, I quit. Ain't working. That was after he got to the yard about 7 to 8 hours after he was supposed to start shift. So, to each their own. It's not my place to judge, or, you know, I know my former boss now. He did say something, you know, about being unprofessional. He tried to tell me I was being unprofessional, and then he read the letter and he goes, "Oh, you are giving the official 2 weeks notice." I'm like, "Yes, sir." I'm like, here it is. It says it here. Today is my 2 weeks notice. I will work the 14 days if you want me to. If not, it's your call. And he said he don't need my service, you can go. So he classified my leaving the company was professional, which automatically makes me rehirable. And at least the way he explained, he said it. The other way the other guy quit, and the way I understand the other 2, if they actually did quit too, they were unhirable because of the way they did it. Now, I'm not 100% sure because I hadn't talked to the other 2. I have no way of getting contact with them. But they supposedly left, supposedly in a abrupt manner too. They didn't give a notice. It's the difference things about being professional and not being professional. Because the one thing that I do know, supposedly, is if you're working for another company, they do have the right to ask your former employer one question. They can't get into logistics and legal stuff unless you broke the law. But their one question that they're legally really allowed to ask is, will you rehire them? Or would you consider rehiring them? It's about being, you know, like I'm kind of trying to mention earlier, you know, being a little bit professional. I am still on track, right? Yes, I am on track. So, for any of those that do go job hunting or looking for a job or leaving your job, just think about that. You know, what type of character are you setting up for yourself? You know, are you going to be professional? What? Oh, this road's slow. Um, you know, main thing is just be professional. That's my opinion. That's the way I prefer to be. Every job I've ever been at or left, I don't have any intended plans to going back, but you never know. You you really, when you leave one job and go to another job, you think you're doing it for the right reasons, better hours, better pay, better whatever the reason is. But it may not always be roses. So you don't want to necessarily just burn a bridge, because you may, as soon as you get there, realize, that's not your cup of tea. That's something that's not going to fly for you. You can't do that job. Either you're physically limited, you can't do it, it's beyond what you expected. You feel like, they're working you too hard. They're not paying you well enough. So, now there is one concern I actually do have about my new upcoming job while we're driving here in town, the last 34 miles, is they have what is called a guaranteed 60. What that is that when an employer tries to hire people, there's two type of things that they can hire you as a pay scale. They can hire you to be salary based, or they can hire you to be hourly based. And those are pretty much your two choices. One's pretty simple. If you're salary based, you work to do your tasks, work to do your responsibilities, and get the job done. And your boss doesn't really care how many hours you put in. You may be very good at what you're doing, the tasks you get done, get your jobs done, and you can get all your work done every week without a problem, and only work, say 36, 38 hours a week. You're not having to put in a full 40 hours a week, but you still get your paycheck. Unaffected, no issues. But at the same time, you may be really snowballed, back behind, you got a lot of stuff to get done, and you may end up putting in 45, 46, 48, 50 hours. I've even heard some people get up to 60 or 70 hours sometimes, and still your paycheck is the same. It doesn't matter what it takes. You just have to get the job done. It doesn't matter how many hours it takes you to do. If you can do it faster, you can get it and get done before 40, or if it takes you longer than 40 to get it done, it doesn't matter. Your paycheck is locked at its value. You're not going to get any more money or less money. That's good, especially if you can become one of the ones to get your job done a few hours early. That way you only have to do, say 36 hours and get paid for 40. That's good being on salary for that reason. If you're having to turn in, 50, 60 hours a week to get your job done and your salary base, most people start to frown on that, because you're essentially working overtime, but you're not getting paid a dime for it because you're in a salary-based job. Now, I don't know which agency or part of rules and regulations or work comp. I'm not sure of all the rules, so I don't know who does it. But there is a group that comes through and looks at businesses from time to time, and they rate certain job tasks as either a salary-based job or an hourly-based job, and it can't be the other. Normally, most physical manual labor jobs, driving, working in a warehouse, working on a manufacturing floor, things like that, and there's other categories, are considered hourly based jobs. They cannot be salary. They won't let it. Um, they consider it unfair work. So I'm thinking it has to be something with like legal work or workers' compensation. But they will not let those type jobs be hourly. What they can do legally is they can offer it to their employees when they hire them and say, hey, this is that because they want to do a salary base, that way they know what your pay is. Your pay doesn't fluctuate that much. They can give you what is called guaranteed working hours. They can arrange with you and promise. Let me get this set up here. Um, they can promise, you know, guaranteed work hours. That way it looks more salary based, and your paychecks become more stable. They look closer to a salary base, even though you're going to be considered an hourly employee, because they guaranteed hours. That's what I'm going into work. This is the first time I've ever done a job that does this. But what it is normally because they do that, they give you a lower hourly rate than what sounds fair and reasonable. Because what they do is they plan your job. Trying to get this in here. To estimate to be close to 40 hours a week, just like they do normal salary. You know your tasks, you gotta get it done. Looky there, guys. We just finished that up. There's a mission here. Level 16. And we already got all the hazmat done. So, because we're driving our own truck and we have all of these unlocked, we can now pull all of these different things. How that each of these increase our value we make. Let's go into fuel. That would start saving fuel cost. And grab another quick job here real quick. I'm hopefully going to go to Sholo. And let's look at the world map real quick first then. Yeah, see the road all the way to Yuma. I need to go to Yuma because I missed that one place. But, uh-oh. I need to go out to Sholo. If I can find a job going to Sholo. We got jobs going to Yuma. Sholo's not listed. I'm sorry about distance. Okay, so fine, I'll go to Yuma. Yuma. 87, 85, 89. Obviously, we're going to take the 89. Oh, it's not here. Okay. I thought I had to pick it up here. I'm like, where's the trailer? I have to pick it up at another facility. So we'll go left here just to discover the road. Okay, back to where I was talking about. You know, salaries. Like I said, this is going to be the first time I'm working a job where they pay this guaranteed hourly rate. And the way it's been explained to me is as long as I work 40 hours a week, or unless I make arrangements with my boss to work less than 40 and he grants the guarantee hours to me, I get paid pretty much 60 hours a week. So with that, they deliberately, the reason why they would do that is because, like I said, they want to keep my pay rate steady for financial business calculation reasons and make it, fair. Because, this week I may have to put in, 42 hours. So yeah, they got 2 hours extra out of me, but I'm being paid for 60 hours, so it's no big deal. But next week after that, I may have to put in 45 or 50, and a coworker of mine maybe have to do 42. But the hours that each of us have to work could fluctuate in a differential a little bit. So it just baselines it that way. We all get the same thing. The way they do it is you put in your 40 hours, you put in 40 hours and an extra half hour. You guarantee you put in your full 60, I mean your full 40, and they just guarantee that you get paid for 60 hours on the books. Now, if your boss agrees to it, hey, garage, too bad we can't afford it. If your boss agrees to grant you the guaranteed hours, and you didn't get there for whatever reason, it's his discretion. They can grant that, and you didn't get your full 40. But that's based on your boss's, your employer's choice and decision. So I don't have this road right here coming up discovered either. This one right here, the semi's turning on. I have been down that part of there. Okay. So it's gonna be interesting. So I'll try to keep you guys updated as I do this type of job. You getting paid this, how it works. The biggest thing that, like I said, that I know to question right now, or could be weird, is if I'm having to constantly do, 59 hours a week or 59 and a half hours a week. I'm still getting paid the 60, so I'm not being cheated on pay, but how does that work? Or do am I working 41 hours or 40 hours, 40 and a half hours, and getting the extra just to be extra. So it'll be interesting. Like I said, whoa, didn't even see that car. Where'd you come from? You had to run a light. I know right now on my backup I'm a little off, but that's kind of intentional because I want to overturn to get under it. That way I'm at an angle to start curving the truck to leave. Okay, let's look at what route we want to take. They're going to take me straight out that road and down. If I go out this way, I can go past Charged. And I can also come past this. I know it's going to add extra, but I hadn't ever been on that part. And at some point I need to drive it just to discover it. So I'm looking. I hadn't also been out this way yet. I have a feeling I'll be back in Phoenix and have to do that at some point. You know what? I'm just going to come this way. That way I come past Charged. And then I'm going to make the extra down I-10 to come down that. It's going to add extra mileage to the journey, but it'll help me to discover those little spots along the way. So guys, I've just noticed the time. We are hitting the 30-minute mark, so I'm going to continue to drive and earning some money off screen, guys. Why did we stop again? I've never figured that part out. But so thanks for watching, guys. My name is TXStar. This is American Truck Simulator. We're earning up the money and discovering the area. I'm trying to save up money to either buy another garage or expand my current garage that way I can get another driver. I do know, to expand the garage, I'm needing like close to 100 grand or 120 grand to expand it. To buy a new garage, I think I need close to 200 grand. And then, to hire a driver, I got to also buy them a truck to drive, so that could be, another 130,000. So pretty much we're trying to save up money and get to 300 grand. Yeah, post Ed, you wait. I'm first. I'm bigger. Not really. That ain't the legal law. But thanks for watching, guys. My name is TXStar. This has been American Truck Simulator. Please hit that subscribe and like buttons, guys. That is how my channel grows. It also lets me know that you're watching and that you are enjoying what you're seeing. So leave a comment. Let me know what you're thinking, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.